Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go ahead and do a review on the Bells of Steel Hydra Seal Row Pad. So one thing that I'm very happy about when it comes down to this pad is us Rogue Monster Lite owners finally got a win. Now obviously this is meant for the Hydra rack series from Bells of Steel, but thankfully it's compatible with a true 3x3 5/8 hole rack. So like I said guys, we actually got a win. I have seen some adapters that are made, and I believe Kyle from Do-It-Yourself Kaizen, I believe. I'm gonna go ahead and link his page right here on his IG. He has some kind of adapters that he has found, and they're able to go and you can put them on the actual 5/8 peg, and it's able to basically increase that to the 1 inch, so you can use it on a 3x3 rack with 1 inch holes. I have not personally done that, but like I said, I've seen it done. So it is something that you guys could consider. So guys, when it arrives at your house, it's going to come in just one box, and it does require a little bit of assembly. The one thing I do want to point out, guys, when you're assembling this, make sure you only snug that bolt. So the one where you go and attach that pivoting arm, just snug it. Because me, like an idiot, I ended up tightening it, and I think I tightened it just a little too much. So now pretty much when you look at my arm going back and forth, you're going to see this little bit of a scratch mark, a little bit of a gouge from the black powder coating. That's me. That was all me. I accidentally tightened it too much, and unfortunately the bracket kind of bent a little bit. Thankfully I was able to bend it back, but that's the reason why. So guys, like I said, make sure you only snug it. Apparently I've got ridiculously strong strength when it comes to tightening bolts. So unfortunately for me, it's a little bit of powder coating issue that I have, but it doesn't affect the actual usability at all. I ended up buying it strictly for chest supported rows. And spoiler alert, most of the exercises that you can do with this actual seal row pad will be able to be done using an adjustable bench. And obviously it's going to be a lot more efficient to go ahead and bench, especially like incline press or flat press, when using an actual bench compared to something like the Hydra seal row pad. And the reason why I say that is I've seen a couple of people ask the question, can I bench with it? Well, you can, which I'm going to go ahead and throw some B-roll up, but it's very awkward. And you can see I'm only using 40 pounds because I didn't want to hurt my back trying to sit there and lift anywhere near heavier than that. So like I said, specifically I bought it for chest supported rows, and it does an awesome job of actually being able to set up for that exercise and execute them without that weird, ridiculously kind of complicated setup if you guys ever tried to do seal rows. Now, like I said before, chest supported rows is what it's mainly made for, but you can do other exercises. So you can do flies, you can do curls. One exercise I really enjoyed doing was actually reverse flies. So I set it up kind of high, and I was able to lean and use the chest pad in order to do the reverse flies, and it felt really good. Now let's go ahead and talk about some of the dimensions. So when it comes to the pad, you're looking at about 12 inches at the front of the pad, and it tapers down to about 10 inches. You're looking at 2.25 inches for the thickness of the pad. I personally would like a little bit more cushion, but I feel like it gets the job done. It's actually very sturdy, and it has just a little bit of cushion to not feel like you're on a park bench. Now, when it's actually fully extended, so from the rack to the end of the pad, you're looking at about 26.5 inches. Nice thing about it is it has 7 different angles, so you can go ahead and adjust the angle to whatever position feels best for you. And when you're done using it, you can go ahead and store it. And that's that last angle position. And when it comes down to it, it only sticks out about 9 inches from the rack to the end of that pad. So you're not going to have to worry about tripping over it. And it is very compact. Now the way it works is, I should have probably said this first, is it's almost like a J-cup. So you just go and tilt it, put it on the rack with the peg, it goes in that 5/8 hole, and then it actually does have UHMW on the actual bracket. So when you go and put it on your rack, you're not going to have to worry about it possibly scratching or dinging your rack, which is an awesome feature. The way it works is there's two pins. You got the one pin, which is going to go ahead into the wheel, and that is going to allow you guys to adjust the angle. And then you have another pin that goes in the back, and that is what's going to secure it in place. Now, I do want to point out, when you guys have it folded flat completely, it will have a little bit of pressure on that back pin, but it'll still stay in place. The best part about this attachment is the price. It is $149.99 with free shipping. I'm in the USA, so I didn't pay any money for shipping, and I pretty much got this thing for $150. 11 gauge steel, black powder coating. It did a really great job when it comes down to it, and it has a 500-pound maximum capacity, which I tested for you guys in a dumb ways to die fashion. So you guys can see I piled up some plates on there, and then I went ahead and I grabbed onto the upright and I put my entire body into it. So it's very sturdy. I was very comfortable with doing that. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure you guys hit that like button. As always, guys, if you have any questions or comments, just go ahead and knock them out in that comment section. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because I do a lot of home gym equipment reviews, and now I'm starting to do workout videos again because I want to show that Tim, which is me, kind of lifts. So guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.